We're ranking the baked goods today, and croissants are definitely on top. Wait, am I allowed to say that? I actually think I'm contractually obligated to say that cookies are on top. Cookies are number one, so it's a good thing that we're ranking the cookies today. The new monsters from the Cookie Run Kingdom collab have been with us for some time, so it only seems right that now that we've had some playtesting done, we can rank them. So today I'm bringing you the top 8 as told by you. Maybe not you specifically. It's more of an inclusive you, meaning the community. We've done this before on Monster Families Ranked. I released a survey on our Discord server and allowed folks to vote on it. The only question asked was, which is your favorite cookie? And here are the results. Number 8, it's the water hollyberry cookie. Whenever an ally takes damage, there's a 15% chance that she will offset that damage and then counterattack the aggressor. Then she'll try to stun them too, with no activation chance, by the way, so that's just gonna try to happen. So she ends up being like a weird Figaro Jingjae Antares hybrid, but she's still uniquely her own. Maybe it's the non-scaling 15% on her passive, or the fact that her skill 2 has a 3-turn cooldown after skill ups, but I don't know, I still feel like she deserved to be higher. In fact, she might be one of the cookies that stands to benefit the most from an increased sample size, and frankly, time. The Dark Espresso Cookie. This is a monster that's garnered some excitement as of late, and he really likes to mess around with people's attack bars. His third skill is an AoE that ultimately wants to even out the HP bar and the attack bar of all enemies. And that's the sort of thing that requires some setup, because otherwise you could end up healing him. But he's got a synergistic kit that works with it, especially the skill 2 that has a chance to stun and multiple chances to reduce attack bars. So if anybody can make this work, it's him. The Fire Espresso Cookie brings some pretty meaningful debuffs in his third skill, namely branding on everybody and then very targeted defense break, attack break, and slow. So when there's one option, he gets even better. So folks are starting to use him in raids for that very reason. He's also seen a rise in popularity in Arena. Bring him with other cleave monsters, along with your Galleon, your Tiana, and he'll set up even further for whatever that fourth monster is, be it a Poseidon, a Kaki, a Pungbake, or he can even contribute damage because I think he's actually got some pretty solid multipliers. Number 5 is the Hollyberry Cookie, the one that started it all when her skills were revealed by the devs at the Las Vegas meetup. And now that we've had some time to play around with her, we know what she's capable of. We've seen her reduce enemy damage all the way down to 1. We've seen her hug our allies. She is the archetypal defense monster. And she's got some use as a counter cleave option in RTA, though folks are also starting to bring her into raids because that third skill is exactly that and not a passive, so Oblivion doesn't matter. Moving right along here, number 4, the Dark Hollyberry is trying to pack a lot of, frankly, exciting words into a third skill. She hits all enemies with defense scaling damage, then she tries to defense break them, and then she makes your whole team invincible. And that's just rad. Arena, raids to a degree, TOA, RTA, with time I think we're going to see more and more of Dark Hollyberry cookies as people start summoning them. It's a small part of her kit, but it is worth mentioning that she has that skill 2 that removes a debuff from your team. Number 3, I'm so glad that the light pure vanilla cookie made it this high because frankly I was pretty excited about his kit when it was revealed. He's got 2 heals that are based on his max HP and one of them comes with the shield, but his third skill is the most exciting part. It protects one ally with endure and immunity, but it also refreshes their cooldown time. Now here's the really cool part. The third skill is flexible, because if you use it on a dead ally, it will revive them and do the same effect, but at the cost of increasing the skill's cooldown time by a couple turns. Notably, it also can't be affected by things that try to reset or refresh cooldowns, which is good and bad because while you can't cheat it into play faster, you also will not be affected by seal magic effects. Whew, here we go, we're almost there. Our penultimate entry, number 2, I forgot. The Water Pure Vanilla Cookie is a utility belt. He's got that heal on skill 1 that scales with his max HP, which is incredibly controllable, that's why I like it. A skill 2 that applies Oblivion, one of the rarest debuffs in the game and also most valuable. And he's got a third skill that applies immunity, attack buff, and a speed buff to your whole team. Wow. Plus, have you seen that attack lead in Arena? It's fat at 44%. So you know where you're gonna want to use him. And finally, number 1, the cookie that has garnered probably the most hype out of any of them. It is the Dark Pure Vanilla Cookie. He strips, slows, and absorbs 15% of the enemy's attack bars. And notably, none of that has an activation chance, so you only have an accuracy and resistance check ahead of you. His base speed is slow at 96, but that's nothing that Tiana owners aren't familiar with. If we want to keep comparing him to Tiana for a second, you're gonna be giving up that irresistibility for a host of other benefits, right? I mean, the slow, and if you can absorb enough attack bar to cycle back to your next turn faster, he can apply Oblivion. So what's great is that he can keep providing value beyond that turn 1, which is something that a lot of strippers tend to struggle with. And that is the top 8 cookies as told by you, the community, via our Discord forum. I'm going to be doing more things like this in the future because you guys seem to enjoy it, but if this list doesn't necessarily match yours, I would love to hear what your top 8 are, or heck, if that's too many, just give me your top 3. I'd love to read them in the comments below. Alright guys, have a great weekend, I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.